Greetings from the Broca Beach Club. Welcome to episode 14 of our first season, all about Madelman 2050, Spanish toy maker EXIN's late 1980s vintage action figure line. There were two factions in it, the Zarkons, reptilian alien invaders, and the C.O.T.A men, defenders of the Earth. Check out our first video to learn the history of the toys and their lore. The link can be found throughout this video and in the description. Today we review the Dragotrak Anfitron, a rare second series Zarkon vehicle released in 1989. The Broca Beach Club Vault is now open. The Dragotrak was an armored Zarkon tank for Magna combat and transport that had an incorporated Anfitron attack module. As all other Series 2 vehicles, it came in a fully enclosed box that featured photographs of the product. Unlike most Madelman 2050 vehicles, but like the Zarkon 2050, it came fastened to the box through a cardboard insert instead of the usual styrofoam. It included a bag with a clear plastic sticker sheet, a quality control proof coupon, the Zarkon Invasion mini comic, and a photocopy of blueprints instructions for the vehicle. That's right, a photocopy! Most Madelman 2050 vehicles did not include blueprints. Only second series releases like the Transcom, Clone Star, and Zarkon 2050 are known to have had them, professionally printed in good quality paper stock. The Dragotrak Anfitron included instructions, but they were provided as a photocopied sheet in lower quality copy paper. A figure was also included, but it was not exclusive to the vehicle in any way. It was most commonly Soria's, sealed in his Series 1 blister card, different in no aspect from the individual release. Both the Dragotrak and the Anfitron were motorized and required batteries, which were not included. The Dragotrak was remote controlled by wire, and the Anfitron had an on-off manual switch with 3 settings. The set included the controls and a removable roll cage for the Dragotrak, and 2 removable blow-molded plastic pontoons for the amphibious Anfitron attack module. The controls take 3 D batteries, and the Anfitron 2 AA batteries. We will start our review with the Dragotrak and then separately focus on the Anfitron module. The Dragotrak Anfitron was the only Madelman 2050 vehicle neither designed nor manufactured by EXIN in Spain. Made in Hong Kong stickers found in the underside of both the Dragotrak and Anfitron indicate its region of manufacture, and over the years collectors have discovered that the Chinese toy maker CATEC made and sold the same design on several occasions, but in different color patterns, at least through the 1980s. The earliest confirmed date of release, to the best of our knowledge, was 1984. This would indicate that CATEC didn't just manufacture the Dragotrak Anfitron for EXIN, but that they designed it as well, because the EXIN release didn't occur until 1989. EXIN probably engaged CATEC's services to manufacture the toy in Zarkon colors for the Madelman 2050 line, licensing it and requiring the removal of the CATEC branding. This sort of thing is common for larger brands that subcontract work to others. For instance, you can go to Walmart right now and buy a store-branded product that may even be made by the same manufacturer that makes the actual popular brand product, and it won't bear the actual manufacturer's brand name. Many, if not all these color variations other than EXIN's were available in the USA, and here is one for comparison, which we procured in an auction site. Regrettably, it is missing many parts, but it will still serve our purposes. The underside of both components bears the inscription CATEC, made in China. The original CATEC stickers were different to EXIN's, and although it isn't known if they were made by CATEC for EXIN, it is my opinion that EXIN probably sourced them wherever they made the stickers for their other vehicles. The instructions were photocopies, which indicates they were quickly made and inserted into the vehicle at the last minute, probably with a locally made quality control proof coupon, mini comic, and sealed Series 1 figure. It is likewise unknown if the box itself was printed and made in Hong Kong to EXIN specs, or if the product was shipped in generic containers to Spain and placed in locally made Madelman 2050 boxes along with the other materials. The Dragotrak had 2 independently moving rubber tracks that could reverse. The remote control had a bulb that would light up when the left control was engaged in the forward position and when the right control was engaged in the reverse position. When both controls were engaged simultaneously, it would always light up. The main tank also had lights that would illuminate when the respective track was activated, one on each side. As expected, the tank could move forward, back, and turn on the spot, clockwise or counterclockwise. If only one track was activated, the turn radius would be larger. The tank cabin was comprised of a removable roll cage and the removable amphibious Anfitron attack module. It seated two 3 3/4-inch figures. However, the Zarkons didn't fit quite right because the vehicle wasn't purposefully designed for them. All Zarkons had big, non-removable space helmets to conceal their face-changing gimmick, and these large helmets lack enough clearance when sitting the figure against the medial cockpit structural beam. This results in any Zarkon riding the vehicle to appear as if he is leaning slightly to the outside. The Anfitron amphibious attack module could be removed from the tank after removing the roll cage by simply pulling it up. The roll cage was only tenuously affixed to the tank by two pegs that didn't have much of a friction fit. The Anfitron sat on the tank without anything fastening it, though the two pegs that affixed the roll cage went through holes on the deck of the Anfitron to prevent it from sliding around. The Anfitron had a 3-position switch in its rear: forward, off, and reverse. It had 2 motorized wheels and a third free-rolling front wheel. Below the switch, there was a propeller that turned along with the wheels, obviously intended for when in the water, the Anfitron would float when fitted with the included blown molded pontoons. Rather than risking my mint Anfitron, I installed the pontoons on the CATEC version for this demonstration. The propeller could reverse direction when the switch was moved, just like the wheels. It had a light in its cannon that remained on as long as the motor was on. On land, it was a very quick vehicle, but the fun didn't end there. The motor also powered a pulley wheel located on the top of the vehicle along the medial cockpit structural beam. Not only could the Anfitron roll down a zipline, it could climb up one too! Interestingly, the pulley wheel turns forward when the main wheels turn backwards, and vice versa. Although not an original EXIN design, the Dragotrak is a lot of fun. It offers versatility of play. It can move on land using working tracks, and it won't be stopped by a body of water because it can launch an amphibious module. A module that actually floats and propels itself through water, and that can also climb up or slide off a cliff through the use of a zipline. While it does not have any projectile launchers, many laser guns and projectile heads are molded on the tank, and the Anfitron has a light-up cannon. This thing is very cool. I did not own it as a child, but I know I would have played with it for hours at a time. Would you like to learn more about Madelman 2050? See exclusive prototypes of figures never released, original designs for the vehicles in the line, or maybe learn its history or read the mini-comics in English? Then like and subscribe to this channel to find out when we will begin our crowdfunding campaign for the English version of Madelman 2050, the Magnetron Universe. A gorgeous 288-page full-color book on Madelman 2050 by David Sullivan and Jose Herrero. The Spanish edition was limited to 200 copies, and it has never been reprinted. Until 2025, when we will print it in English for as many backers as join the crowdfunding campaign. Details forthcoming in future videos. Please spread the word. You will not want to miss your chance to get a copy of this book, a guide to the entire line, to its development, and to its planned releases that never came to be. Join us again in 2 weeks for a brief review of the remaining second series Madelman 2050 vehicles. Thank you for watching.